So how to not end up being a sugar daddy in Southeast Asia. What a lot of people don't understand is that when you meet a Filipina, you will think, wow, this girl's amazing, this and that. And a lot of guys that come here are properly retired or have a ton of American dollars, so they're super comfortable, supporting a woman, as many of us did. If our girl fell on hard times, or we dated a younger girl in America, like a 20-year-old, 21-year-old, 25-year-old, whatever. But there is one question you're going to want to ask early on, and that you're going to need to address almost on the first date, since most Filipinas that you're going to meet are going to be interested in you, and it's going to be more you interviewing them rather than them interviewing you, contrary to the scarcity mindset that you'll be stuck in America. A lot of guys are nervous, or they think that they're qualifying for the woman. In Southeast Asia, they're actually more or less qualifying for you in the Philippines. So one thing you want to get out of the way right away with a woman is, does she have any financial expectations for her family? And what is her family's wealth level, if anything at all? Because when you get with that perfect province girl, quote unquote, what you don't understand is that not only will you be financially responsible for the woman, and that's really not an issue for most of us. It's nice to meet a girl that makes a couple of bucks, but most of us guys have more money than the women that we date in the Philippines, and we don't mind treating a girl. In fact, to be honest with you, when I lived in Las Vegas, Nevada, if I had a girlfriend and she lost her job, or just in general, the woman would always move in with me. I wouldn't move in with her. If we went out to eat, I would pay. I would make sure that she was okay. You know what I mean? If she ran out of money or whatever the case may be. So that's not a huge issue for a lot of us guys. But a conversation that you're going to want to have almost on the first date is going to be, what is their expectations for your family? If she's dated a foreigner before, the foreigner may have had the family on an allowance. It may be $300 to $500 a month, which is not really the end of the world. But, I'm simply not comfortable with that. So, you want to kind of address that right out the gate, because that's something that you want to make clear if that's not something you're willing to do. Also, another thing to keep in mind is going to be that if you do think, oh, it's no problem, it's $300 or whatever, and believe it or not, that'll give them a better life. A lot of times they own their house in the province and they'll use that for food and, maybe different things, transportation, or to buy some transportation and, remodel their house, whatever the case may be, if they stack up that $300 to $500 every single month. But what you need to understand is that that's expected with a lot of girls. And on top of that, there is a situation where if, say, you were playing the stock market or cryptocurrency, or your daughter in the United States had a problem, or son, or, your ex-wife or something, and you couldn't pay that 1 month, that's going to be crazy. Because once that type of money, that's like life-changing money. Say you were giving them $500 a month. Say you're a big shot and you get a certain amount a month or whatever, or, you got a couple bucks in the bank right now. And you said, I'll toss them 500. It's no big deal. You know what I mean? That can never stop, to be realistic with you. If something comes up, that money will kind of be expected on the first. Not in a bad way. There's nothing wrong with that. But once you start giving anyone money in any country, and they're kind of on a schedule with that 500's hitting on the first, that 300's hitting on the first, and that's, a life-changing amount of money for them, you don't really, it'll be an awkward conversation if for 6 months, a year, forever, you have to say, I can no longer do that. And in fact, I can't help you at all. I'm just going to, take care of myself and your daughter. And if you guys have a child or whatever, that could certainly be an issue. So you want to have that conversation up front. And that's the thing that a lot of guys don't know. And a lot of guys are going to be comfortable with it, and they're super loaded. If you're worth millions of American dollars, you'll never have this problem. If, you have guaranteed money from your digital gig and it doesn't fluctuate too much, you won't have this problem. But again, if something comes up, or there's an emergency, or, the stock market crashes, or whatever could happen, or you have a health issue, and, whatever, you don't really want to take that from a family that, you know, you love their daughter, you marry their daughter, and you're happy to give them a better life. So you need to keep in mind that you want to make sure that you have the budget to do that, if you're even willing to do that. I personally am not, and I lucked out with the woman that I met. But you know, this is certainly something to be aware of, guys, when you get involved with that perfect Filipina province girl or city girl. But you know, you want to come right out front and discuss things like, do you want to have children? Is there family money expectations? It's a given that you're going to help your girl out. But yeah, just wanted to bring that to you, just a little quick bit on that. I don't want anybody to end up, you know, a sugar daddy to a family when they weren't anticipating that. And I use that in a joking way. There's nothing wrong. I want these girls to get a better life. And I think that's great. If you have the budget to do that, to help a family, I think it's the right thing to do. I'm simply just not willing to do it. I'm in my mid 40s and I wouldn't be able to do that. But I'm not hating on that happening, and I want that to happen. But certainly know that that is part of the deal, and know that you have the budget to keep that going. You know what I mean? So just wanted to bring that quick message and show you this beautiful view. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and sana all.